Some players are talented, some players are disciplined, some players are lucky, and then there are the rare few who look like they were assembled in a lab. From the first snap, it was obvious. He didn't just play the game, he absorbed it, processed it, controlled it, and physically, he didn't look like anyone else on the field. Too strong for defensive backs, too fast for linebackers, too agile for linemen, too durable for logic. It wasn't just that he was good, it was that he didn't make sense. This is the story of the NFL star who wasn't just elite, he was built different. The first time scouts saw him up close, the whispers started immediately. How is he that big? How is he that fast? Wait, what did he just bench? His combine numbers looked fictional. Speed of a skilled player, power of a lineman, explosiveness of a track athlete. But here's what made it terrifying. The tape matched the metrics. Because sometimes, combine warriors fade under real pressure. He didn't. He looked even more unnatural on Sundays. There's one early season game that set the tone. Second quarter, ball on the 40, defense stacked. Everyone ready for contact. He takes the handoff. Gap closes instantly. Linebacker meets him square. Clean hit. Textbook tackle form. And instead of stopping, he drags him 5 yards. Not by falling forward, by walking. As if the linebacker weighed nothing. Crowd gasps. Replay rolls. The linebacker had leverage, had balance, had help. Didn't matter, because this wasn't normal strength. This was torque. Lower body drive. Core stability, the kind of force transfer you see in powerlifters. Except he was doing it at full speed, but being built different wasn't just about strength, it was durability. Because over a 1-7 game season, everyone breaks down. Ankles swell, shoulders ache, hamstrings tighten. Except him, he didn't miss games, he didn't slow down late in the year. In fact, he looked stronger in December than September. Sports scientists tried to explain it. Muscle fiber composition, recovery genetics, pain tolerance. But teammates had a simpler explanation. He's just different. There's a story from practice that still circulates. Midweek, full pads, goal line drill, defense loaded with starters. He gets the ball, defense sells out, 8 men crashing the gap. Contact immediate, bodies pile up, whistle blows. Everyone untangles, except him. He's still standing. Ball extended over the goal line, 3 defenders hanging off him. Coaches look at each other, not shocked, just resigned. Because this was normal now. But here's where it becomes unreal. Being built different isn't just physical, it's mental. Because pain tolerance matters, fatigue resistance matters. But processing speed? That separates elite from generational. There's a clip late in his 3rd season. Defense disguises coverage, safety rotates late. Blitz creeping from the slot. Most quarterbacks would panic. Most runners would hesitate. He doesn't. He adjusts protection, checks into a different play. Ball snapped. Blitz picked up. He fires a laser into the vacated zone. Touchdown. Built different isn't just muscle, it's mind. And then there's the collision factor. Because in the NFL, collisions are physics problems. Mass times velocity. Force equals consequence. There's a Monday night hit that went viral. He catches the ball over the middle. Safety lines him up, full speed collision. Helmet to shoulder. Stadium gasps. You expect him to crumple. Instead, the safety bounces backward. He keeps his feet, secures the ball. First down. Replay shows something wild. He lowered his center of gravity a split second before impact. Engaged his core, rolled through contact. It wasn't reckless, it was calculated violence. Defenders started saying something unusual in interviews. He hits back. That phrase stuck. Because most ball carriers absorb contact. He delivered it. Defensive backs hesitated. Linebackers second-guessed angles. Corners avoided going low. Because tackling him wasn't just difficult, it was punishing. And that psychological edge? That's what made him unstoppable. There's another moment that defines built different. Late season game, cold weather, field slick, everyone's slipping, everyone's slowing down, except him. 4th quarter, he breaks through the line, cuts once, cuts twice. Accelerates on turf that looks like ice. Defenders losing footing. He's not. Why? Balance. Core strength. Micro adjustments. He didn't rely on perfect conditions. he created stability. But what truly separated him was consistency. Because freak athletes show flashes. He showed domination. Week after week, season after season, even when defenses stacked the box, even when coverage bracketed him, even when injuries piled up around him, he produced. Because being built different means your floor is higher than most players' ceiling. There's a game where the opposing team does everything right. Double teams, delayed blitzes, perfect pursuit. He finishes with 140 yards anyway. Not on one long run, on punishment, 5 yards here, 7 there, broken tackle, extra push, relentless efficiency. By the fourth quarter, defenders look exhausted. He looks hungry. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Being built different creates expectations. Every play must be explosive. Every game must be dominant. Anything less feels like failure. And that pressure, that's heavier than any linebacker. He embraced it, didn't shy away from big moments. Sought them. There's a playoff game that proves it. Tie score, clock under 2 minutes. Everyone knows he's getting the ball. No disguise, no deception, just raw power football. He takes it. Line crashes, contact immediate. He lowers his shoulder, drives through 2 defenders, spins off a third, first down, drive continues, field goal wins it. Simple, brutal, inevitable. But here's the thing about being built different. It doesn't mean invincible. The NFL is unforgiving. Bodies absorb punishment. Even elite frames wear down. And eventually, the question surfaces. How long can someone this explosive stay intact? Because physics always collects its debt, and every violent collision is a withdrawal. Yet even as seasons stacked up, he kept answering the doubt. Another 1,000-yard year, another All-Pro selection, another viral moment. Because while others faded, he endured. And endurance might be the ultimate difference. But there was one season, one stretch, where everything tested that label. Where the hits got heavier, the defense is smarter, the recovery slower. And the league started whispering, maybe he's human after all. And that's when he proved, being built different isn't about never breaking, it's about rebuilding stronger. There's a moment in every great athlete's career when the league tests the myth. Because early on, dominance feels physical, strength overwhelms, speed shocks, durability intimidates. But eventually, defenses adjust. They scheme better. They hit harder, they target weaknesses, and that's when you find out if someone is just gifted or truly built different. Mid-career, prime years, heavy workload behind him. Defenses no longer surprised by his power. They prepared for it. Stacked boxes, bracket coverage, rotating safeties crashing downhill. Every game plan started with one sentence. Hit him early. And they did. First quarter collisions became violent statements. Linebackers met him in the hole with everything they had. Safeties flew downhill trying to rattle him. Defensive lines cut at his legs, piled at his knees, wrapped high and low. The league was trying to break him. And for the first time, you could see it. A slower rise after a hit, a hand briefly resting on a hip, an extra second between plays. The body absorbs everything, even different bodies. There's a game late in that stretch that felt symbolic. National broadcast, division rival, top-ranked defense. First drive, he gets stuffed. Second drive, hit behind the line. Third drive, gang tackled for minimal gain. The camera zooms in on the sideline, helmet off. Sweat pouring, breathing heavy. Commentator says it, maybe this defense has figured him out. But here's what people didn't understand. Being built different isn't about dominance every snap. It's about response. Second half, same defense, same aggression, same collisions. But now, something shifts. He stops bouncing runs. Outside. Stops trying to outrun pursuit. Instead, he leans into contact, lower pads, shorter strides, more violent finishes. 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, relentless. By the fourth quarter, defenders' arms look heavier, tackles less secure, hits less explosive, and then the break. Late third quarter, simple inside zone, nothing flashy, no dramatic cut, just leverage, patience, power. He slips through an arm tackle, runs through another, shrugs off a third, and suddenly he's in open field. 40 yards later, the stadium erupts. Because it wasn't just a long run. It was survival turning into dominance. That's the hidden truth of players built different. They don't just win with flash, they win with accumulation. Every carry wears you down. Every collision taxes you. Until suddenly, you're the one breaking, not them. But physical strength wasn't the only evolution. His mind sharpened too. Defenses that once feared his speed now respected his intelligence. Audibles became sharper, reads quicker, blitz recognition instant. There's a famous clip from a playoff game: defense disguises pressure, safety creeping, corner showing blitz, he steps to the line, calm, signals protection shift, changes the play entirely. Ball snapped, blitz comes, perfectly picked up. He exploits the vacated zone for a 3-0-yard gain. The broadcast team replays it 3 times. Look at this adjustment. Built different isn't just muscle fiber, it's processing power. There's another layer though, pain tolerance. Because every season leaves scars, ankle sprains, shoulder bruises, hand fractures. Some players sit, some players manage reps. He taped up and played, not recklessly, not foolishly, but relentlessly. Teammates said he hated missing practice more than games because rhythm mattered, preparation mattered, consistency mattered. Being built different means your standard doesn't dip, even when your body wants it to. There's a moment late in his career that perfectly captures it. Cold December game, playoff berth on the line. He takes a hit to the ribs early, helmet to torso, hard. He stays down for a second longer than usual. Crowd uneasy. He walks to the sideline. Medical staff checks him. He waves them off. Next drive, ball in his hands again. You can see it hurts. Breathing shallow, movements tighter, and then he lowers his shoulder into a defender and delivers one of the most violent stiff arms of his career. Not reckless, not angry, calculated, message sent. I'm still here. But being built different isn't about ignoring pain, it's about adaptation. Late career, his game shifts. Less explosive cuts, more efficient movement, less unnecessary contact, more precision. He extends longevity by evolving, because different doesn't mean stubborn, it means adaptable. There's one final playoff run that defines his legacy. Older now, mileage heavy, critics questioning if he's still elite. First game, 120 yards. Second game, 140 and 2 touchdowns. Championship game, battered, bruised, but relentless. Every defense knows he's the focal point. They load up. He keeps delivering. Short yardage, automatic. Goal line, inevitable. Clock draining drive, trust him. There's a 4th and 1 late in that championship game. Season hanging in the balance, no trick play, no misdirection, just power. He takes the handoff, gets hit immediately, stands his ground, legs churning, pile moving, inches gained, first down. The camera zooms on defenders, hands on knees, exhausted, defeated. Because they know he isn't normal. When his career eventually winds down, the debate begins. Was he the strongest? Was he the most durable? Was he the most complete? But what separates him isn't just numbers. It's presence. Defenses plan differently for him. Teammates believe differently with him. Fans felt differently watching him. There's a sound in stadiums when certain players touch the ball. A different kind of noise. Anticipation mixed with inevitability. He created that sound. Sports science can analyze torque. Biomechanics can study muscle composition. Analytics can chart efficiency. But some things aren't fully measurable. Like will. Like refusal. Like resilience. Because at some point, built different becomes less about genetics and more about mentality. There's a quote from a former defender that sums it up. You could hit him perfectly and still feel like you lost. That's built different. When technique isn't enough, when leverage isn't enough, when even your best effort feels insufficient. Years later, highlights resurface. Young fans watch clips and say, that doesn't look real. Older fans nod. Because they remember. They remember the way defenders bounced off him, the way he finished runs falling forward every time, the way he played through seasons others wouldn't survive, the way December games felt like his personal showcase. He wasn't just stronger, he wasn't just tougher, he was engineered for it. And here's the final truth. Every era produces stars, speedsters, technicians, showmen, but only a handful leave behind a reputation that sounds almost mythical. Not because they were flawless, not because they were immortal, but because they felt structurally different from everyone else sharing the field. He wasn't perfect, he wasn't invincible, but snap after snap, Season after season, collision after collision, he proved something simple. Some players are talented, some players are disciplined, some players are lucky. And then there are the rare few who are simply built different.